This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Welcome to the show. Today, we are going to talk about a story that may have been written more than 140 years ago, but incredibly, it feels relevant right now. Joining me, Dr. Carla Neuss, who's assistant professor of theater at Baylor University. She brings an extraordinary academic and creative background from earning her PhD in theater and performance studies at the University of California, Los Angeles, to advanced studies at the University of Oxford and University of California, Berkeley, and even a postdoctoral fellowship at Yale Institute of Sacred Music. But beyond all these fabulous credentials, Dr. Neuss is a storyteller, an award-winning playwright and director whose work has been staged internationally. And now she is bringing a bold new adaptation of Henrik Ibsen's classic, An Enemy of the People, to the Baylor stage, and it is opening on April 28th. And it's going to be running through May 3rd, so it's a very limited run. So this is a play that explores truth and power and public opinion and what happens when standing up for what's right comes at a personal cost. And interestingly, it's been revived recently in New York, sparking conversations about free speech and public pressure and what some call the cancel culture. So it is so good to have you back.
Thank you so much.
On the show. I'm so glad to know about this new work that you're doing. For those who are not familiar, can you give us a snapshot of what An Enemy of the People is all about?
Absolutely. So it was a play written by Henrik Ibsen in 1882, and he's really considered the father of modern realist drama. He had a big sort of impact in shifting away from sort of the melodramas of the 19th century into theater that wanted to tackle social issues. So in Ibsen's original play, it is set in a small Norwegian town and is about two brothers, one who is sort of the local doctor and scientist in the town, and his brother is the mayor of the town. And the town's economic viability is all dependent on a mineral springs health spa. And so the play begins with the doctor discovering that the spa has been contaminated with pollutants and that it would need to be closed and have major repairs to prevent a sort of health outbreak. So he brings these findings to his brother, the mayor, expecting a sympathetic audience. But the brother is skeptical of the science and is very loath to risk sort of the economic structure of the town to sort of entertain these claims from his brother. So their personal conflict over this scientific issue then escalates and eventually envelops the entire town. And that's where we start seeing questions about the role of the press, misinformation, free speech, and cancel culture.
Yeah, all very relevant for today.
Mm-hmm.
So it was written, as you say, in 1882. So the modern parallels we're seeing are obvious.
Yes, thematically, the play's really having a revival right now for all of those reasons. In New York, there's also a new version that was on the West End in 2024 in London. But for Baylor, what drew me to the play is not only its timeliness, but the challenge that a lot of theater departments have, which is that the student population of most theater departments is predominantly female, but most historical, canonical, classic plays have mostly male parts. So I thought it would be interesting to take Ibsen's original and adapt it, both because of the timeliness of the themes, but also to make more of the lead parts female to accommodate our really talented actors and actresses in our department.
Mm-hmm. Of course, an alumni, I should say, from the Baylor Theater, but come to mind, some really actresses have gone on to very big careers.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, kudos to you all. So, but this is kind of where theater becomes more than entertainment. You know, it is thought-provoking, and it's kind of a mirror to society.
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking a lot about this play. There's so many different ways you can lean into the different themes. Are you going to approach it really focusing on people denying science or on free speech? And I decided to approach it really thinking about political partisanship and the sort of state of very extreme political divide that we're facing in this country, which
Yeah.
is really apparent in the world of the play. And sort of a moment within our recent sort of political history that sort of inspired me with this play is thinking about how leaders that want to espouse sort of virtuous values can nevertheless, through their own hubris or arrogance or being in a sort of echo chamber, alienate the people they're trying to convince. And that's something that happens to our main character. So in working with my student actors, now they were probably 10 when this happened in the 2016
Yeah,
election,
really.
but I
That's hard to get my head around.
exactly. But I showed them the clip of Hillary Clinton's campaign in 2016 and the rally she did, referring to conservatives as deplorables. And it was
A
such
basket of deplorables.
a basket
I
of
think.
deplorables, and how whatever message she was trying to get out that was positive was completely overshadowed by really damaging rhetoric.
Yeah.
And it was a real, I think, turning point looking back in her prospects in that
Oh, yeah.
race. And so I've been talking to the students about that, not because this play is trying to take a side in that binary. If anything, it's trying to point out the pitfalls of entrenching ourselves so much within the extremes that we lose the capacity to hear the other side and to communicate across the aisle.
Well, you not only directed, you did adapt it, and
Yes.
so in adapting something like this for a modern audience, what kinds of
Mm.
challenges did you face?
Well, the challenge of changing the two siblings from brothers to sisters was very
Hmm.
interesting, and moving it from the 1880s to the present. One thing that wasn't necessarily a challenge is being able to set it in a sort of small, unnamed Texas town as opposed to a small, unnamed Norwegian town. That worked. That shift works surprisingly
Yeah,
well,
I'd say pretty well.
but there were some gender dynamics that were interesting to think about. The character of the doctor scientist in the original is very brilliant and intelligent, and has no problem making it known that he's the smartest person in the room. But when you make that type of character a woman, she risks not being perceived as smart, but as braggadocious
Pushy or
or
whatever.
pushy. And so it was a really interesting kind of challenge to make those transformations between male and female characters and keep them the right balance of likable but still have certain shortcomings.
Now that is so interesting. So what's it been like working with Baylor students on such a on such big themes?
It's been really fantastic. I've been lucky because I teach the theater history course to all the undergraduates in our department in their sophomore year. So I started teaching this play to the students 3 years ago,
Oh.
knowing that it was an intention of mine to maybe adapt it. And so it's given them the opportunity to be really invested in the play intellectually before they even came to it as creatives and artists and actors.
Hmm.
So I think it's been a really rigorous process. I've gotten feedback from them that it's a play where they really have to think as well as feel, and I think that's been a great challenge that they've really risen to.
Without giving away too much, is there a particular moment in the show that really kind of hits the audience?
Yes, this play is really known in its original iterations and contemporary revivals for Act 4, which is a town hall scene. And without giving too much away, it really turns the entire audience into members of the town, who are trying to vote and adjudicate on what the town should do about this contamination issue.
Mhm.
So it's a very lively, engaging scene.
Well, at the core, it seems the play is asking, what does it cost to tell the truth?
Mhm.
So what do you hope audiences wrestle with as they're watching?
Hmm. Yeah, I think the question of what it can cost to tell the truth and it intersects, I think, in this play with also which truth is more important when making a decision that affects the entire community. Is it the science? Is it the economics? Is it job loss? Is it, any number of factors? And realizing that when we exist in community, it's difficult to reduce things to a black and white binary, and that we make the most progress collectively when we can see the shades of gray.
Mm-hmm. So who are you hoping come? I mean, obviously it's being advertised on campus, but it seems like it's sort of a universal story.
Yeah, well, this is why I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you and your listeners, because I think it's important for theater to help us think and reflect on our current moment, just as important as theater helping us escape and experience a different sort of reprieve from the real world. So my hope would be that in addition to the Baylor community, that anyone in Waco who's interested in seeing how theater and art can kind of apply to our current moment would be interested in coming to the play.
So you mentioned you've been thinking about this for a few years.
Yes.
So what was it that went, yeah, this is something that I should have on my front burner and work on an adaptation?
Well, a lot of my work as a playwright director comes from a passion for taking classical canonical work that spoke to its own time very effectively, but often gets relegated to, well, that was important then. And I really believe that good theater and that good literature is timeless and is addressing universal themes. So when I first encountered this play well over 10 years ago, I just couldn't believe how timely it was. But at that time, it wasn't being produced very much. It wasn't considered Ibsen's most notable work. But I always thought it had some sort of potential. So it's been affirming in the intervening years as it's gone up on Broadway and in London that there's a larger sense in the international theater world that this play has a lot to say.
Okay, so tell me the details. How do we get tickets, and where is this going to be staged?
Yes, this will be staged at the Baylor Theater Department in the Maybe Theater. The show runs for about 2 hours, including an intermission.
Okay.
And tickets can be found on Baylor Theater's website. If you just Google Baylor Theater, an Enemy of the People, it should take you right there. And it'll be opening on April 28th. So if you're watching this on Monday the 27th, that's tomorrow.
It opens tomorrow. You seem very calm for the day before opening night.
I'm in the hands of great actors and designers.
Well, isn't that the
all
truth?
Of that.
And Baylor has such a stellar, as I mentioned earlier, such a stellar department. What are some other things coming up you can tease us with, too?
Well, this will be the last show of this season.
Okay.
And then next fall we have, I don't know if the season's been officially announced, so I probably shouldn't breadcrumb too much, but we're doing some very well-known classic plays from the American canon, musicals based on a Jane Austen novel.
Oh, really?
So there's going to be a lot to look forward to next season.
Well, I appreciate so much you taking some time to tell us about this and share with us your passion for the theater and for teaching and for just bringing a classic play that has certainly modern applications to the public. That's great. So it's going to run again from opening tomorrow, Tuesday.
Until May 3rd. It'll
Through
close
May 3rd.
with a Sunday matinee.
Days in there. All right. Very good. Thank you, Carla.
Thank you so much, Anne.
Stay with us. I want to let you know today's show is brought to you by Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, your friend in the car business. There's more of the show ahead.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Allen Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
The Riesel Fair is back and bigger than ever. Bring the whole family for a day packed with fun, from thrilling rides, delicious food, local vendors, and live music Friday night. Saturday music begins at 2 p.m. Admission is $5 for adults, 2 to 12 years $3, 2 and under are free. Mark your calendar and join us for the Riesel Fair May 7th through 9th. The Riesel Fair, where memories are waiting just for you.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit angles90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Alan Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
Welcome to the show. And today we're going to talk about something that touches every one of us, and that is access to trusted, independent information and the role public media plays in keeping our communities informed, connected, and engaged. Public media stations, in fact, across the country have been, including here at Central Texas, are responding to a significant federal court ruling that reaffirms protections of public broadcasting and the First Amendment. And while the decision protects the independence of journalism, it also highlights an ongoing reality. The future of public media still depends heavily on local support. So joining me today, Lydia Tate, and it's fun here, the general manager of KWBU. And I said we wanted to do a little follow-up, and here we are on a new location. New digs for the Ann Harder Show.
Yes, congratulations on your new location.
I know. Well,
it's going to be really fabulous.
You also do a podcast, so I think you'll be.
Well, I haven't done mine in a while.
Oh, yeah, but
because
this is where we do it now.
But yeah, it's great. I got a tiny tour. So
yeah, well, good. That's great. Well, I happened to see a press release that you sent out, in your comments about this. So let's start with the basics, Lydia. What did this federal ruling actually mean for KWBU?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk about what it meant for what it was. So the executive order that removed federal funding from public media was issued last April and March or April, and it removed that funding from the Corporation of Public Broadcasting, which was a major funder for NPR and PBS distribution stations, right? And KWBU is one of those NPR distribution stations. We play National Public Radio programs all the time, programs like Morning Edition and things of that nature, and just a really fantastic, wonderful programming that highlights national news, international news, and the like. But with that recension of funds, it hit all stations across the nation. And any TV station that was running PBS or any radio station that was running NPR was going to see that funding from the Corporation of Public Broadcasting, it went away.
What percentage? $1.1 billion. What percentage of your budget?
Yeah, so it's about 15% of our budget overall.
So it's not like you're depending 75%.
It was at 75%, right. It was significant. And it was on the heels of another recension that was local for us. So it equated to quite a big loss for us all, because it was two losses at once. And we actually were at a great deal of risk as a station once we lost that funding for not seeing that funding coming back. Number one, it wasn't coming back. And number two, we had really never had to fundraise at that level locally.
Right. You always have had pledge drives. You've always done that, but this was like, we really got to
hit it. We work very, very hard. And they always work so hard and really such an amazing staff, so incredible. But that fundraising really had to ramp up. And what we needed to do is we needed to see our community come around us.
Yeah.
So this ruling that happened on, I think it was March 31st, so it's been about a month now. That ruling came from a federal court, and it was a case that was brought before the courts from PBS, NPR, and a few other member stations, and they presented a case where they said it was unconstitutional to remove those fundings based on the fact that it was stated that the public media was biased and that it was editorially unsound. And so the ruling from the court was that you could not remove funds. It was unconstitutional to remove federal funding based on bias, based on editorial comment, because that was an obstruction of free press and the First Amendment. And so that ruling came down from the federal court that executive order was ruled unconstitutional. So the obvious next question is, how does it affect the funding?
Right. So
Absolutely.
We all will know.
That's the $1.1 billion question, right? Yeah. So in essence, it does not affect the money. The money was removed from the federal fund and was removed from the funding for public media and was redirected. And so, and plus, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting went under dissolution this past fall. And so that money really isn't coming back to the public media entities that were receiving it. The money's not going to come back. So it's not a ruling in favor of us getting the money back. It's a ruling in favor of press, in favor of editorial comment, in favor of our right to free press.
That was a moral victory.
Yeah. And that's NPR, PBS are talking about that it's what they say is that it's a win for the First Amendment.
Okay. There's a lot of conversation about political influence in the media. So how does this help safeguard, you think, that your editorial independence?
Yeah,
even up on local level.
Yeah, even at a local level. What it means is that media partners, people in the media are free to express an opinion. And that it is not gonna take away their federal funding because they express an opinion. And I think there's plenty of opinion out there. There's plenty of opinion going on in this direction. But the ability of local media to be able to broach topics that are affecting our communities and to express not only facts but opinion on those topics is something that the First Amendment was built to protect. It was built to protect us, for us to be able to express ourselves. And the removing of federal funds because the media expresses themselves, that was what the judge found to be our Constitution.
Okay. But replenishing or replacing that's a whole nother process.
And I think what we hear from NPR, from PBS, is that we should not expect funding to come back. And that process that's over, and we shouldn't expect funding to be reinstituted. Now, it's up to a different Congress and a different and maybe even a different administration to make that decision to bring it back. But we cannot depend on that.
Right.
And we have to.
And you had to kind of pivot and retool and
absolutely. We have had to pivot. And I think a lot of, so many media partners across the country have had to pivot during this time. And we've all looked to our communities. I know many member stations for PR that we've all been looking to our communities to say, what can we do? How will we be supported? And do you still want us here? Do you still want us producing this content for you, making sure it gets delivered to your airwaves? The thing with this money that had been funded, though, and it's so interesting because this is money that's in there for decades, and it was funded bipartisanly. It was a joint decision across party lines to fund public media, to see entities across public media have the funding they need to build great educational programs, to be a wonderful resource for emergency management. Because if you think about radio stations and TV stations in rural places, access to media is an enormous thing for us to have emergency management. And that's part of FEMA and everything else that we do. That's an important piece of what we need as especially rural communities to make sure that we had access to that information. And then also, you think about the education parameters. I mean, think back, PBS. I mean, just wonderful educational content. I remember when my kids were watching Wild Cows on Mr. Rogers Neighborhood United. I know. It themselves, they did that, right? Luckily, I don't without Mr. Rogers, one of your children, honestly. But that's why I grew up on San Peru, so I'm older than you are. I met Mr. Rogers. Well, here in Waco, we did not have access to a PBS station, which I presume in Dallas, KERA was broadcasting back then. Yeah, well, and we could, so it wasn't until I had kids that I even learned about Sesame Street. Yeah. Oh, there was a short period of time where our PBS, our station was a PBS station as well.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, and those lifers, it was. Yeah, I lived here at that point, but
so I've been up with a pledge drive, and that's how I got the job at Channel 25. We were doing pledge drive, and one of the employees, I said, "You need to call the news director." They went, okay. I mean, that's exactly. I have a fond connection for sure to KWBU and that pledge drive. And I'll never forget. We had something like, usually there were several of us, doing a 10-minute break, which is a long time. It's a long time. And this one time I was working solo, and for whatever happened, and I had to fill 10 minutes. Oh my! And what?
Did you tap hands?
I just almost broke into the Mississippi Squirrel Revival. I mean, we were just ready to. But yeah, so that was certainly a trial by fire. So when I had the chance to work at commercial television, it was like, okay, I've done that before.
I've done that.
It was mighty fun. But
you 10 minutes tap dancing, else we go.
And then you can order this mug, and if you put hot water in it, and the mug will change color. I mean. That was kind of fun. Anyway.
I love it.
Yeah, it was fun. I have really precious memories. And then, it was so sad when our television did go up. But it was a major thing. Is to keep the TV station is expensive. Very expensive. So at least we were able to keep KWBU radio.
Yeah. Well, and that history of us having that PBS station here in Waco is significant. And I think that there's, back to us talking about this funding and what it does. I mean, making that educational programming possible is huge, but then also bringing us content and deliverable content for viewers at any point in the day. And you think about things like marketplace and how important that is for financial news in our country, and just how much that anchors us. And then all the wonderful storytelling content that we receive and the music and everything. It's such a blessing to this community to have the stations. And how incredible is it that we've been able to keep it for so long, even though it's had its ups and downs. But I think that we're on a road to some thriving. And this is the thing that I'm so excited to share with our community as well. We're not getting funding back. Boy, have they come around us this past year.
That has been such a blessing to see that.
Yeah, huge. Yeah. So with that, I will say that one of the hot questions that everybody's asking me is, how are we doing? Are we going to make it? And my answer is a resounding yes. I know, right? Giant round of applause for our Jagger community, because it is really their work that got that done. Them coming alongside of us and saying, yes, we want to keep KWBU active and thriving into the future. Yes, keep bringing us great programs, keep having my neighbors be on your shows, and keep bringing us all of the wonderful music that we hear. That's huge. And I think there's some camaraderie in that, because you have, all of our member friends that have stepped up over this past year, and maybe they've increased their donation, or they've given for the first time. As listeners, they've listened and they go, oh, I've never given before. I should totally chip in because I want to keep the station. And that rippled and grew and quadrupled in the fall. And what we see now is a wonderful, wonderful launching point for us. And when I am telling people, it is, boy, am I so privileged to be able to come in at this point and see this momentum built for last year, work that was not mine, the work that was all the SAP for me, and watch, and I get to be part of that momentum, and it's exciting for me. So I just get to really embrace that and help it continue.
A lot more I want to talk to Lydia Tate about, but we're going to take a quick break. I want to tell you that today's show is brought to you by Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple. Were you looking to add a touch of elegance and functionality to your home or business? Well, look no further than Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple. Their wide range of window treatment can transform any space. They offer free consultations. They'll work with you to bring your vision to life. Call now and receive 30% off. Call Kayla at 254-844-7939. That's 254-844-7939. Bumblebee Blinds. There is more of the show ahead.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. I said I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
And we're back with Lydia Tate, who is the general manager of KWBU Radio, KWBU-FM, your digital.
103.3.
103.3
on the old school dial.
I know. Well, and I kind of am old school, but I imagine your vehicle radio does the
a satellite
digital. But so do you have an app? Do you what all are you doing in that department?
We have a great app. Our app is fantastic. So just the KWBU app, downloadable on any app store that you have, and it has great function to it. You can listen live.
Right, you can just go on that, and if you've got Bluetooth on your car, then
and you can stream it in your house. So if you have smart speakers, you can plug it into your house and listen to Broadway on the Brazos.
Alexa, play KWBU.
That's right. Alexa, play KWBU. And all of a sudden, Broadway on the Brazos is playing in your kitchen while you're cooking your dinner. Yeah. So, it's a fantastic app. And it has great information about our programming. It's got news on the app too. And then it also has an ability to even give and engage in the station.
Good.
It's a great app. I love it.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the Bridge. Yeah. My friends at the Bridge. And so they've got a regular feature. Let's talk a little bit about that, because they are doing a great job with local media, news.
Yes, huge. Now that local news need in our community is so necessary and so good, and having multiple voices at the front of local news in our community is so incredible. But the Waco Bridge is amazing. Their staff is really incredible. They've done such a good job with their startup this past year. They just had their 1-year anniversary, which is so great. I love that for them. So yes, we have the Friday Forum, and that's on every Friday, as you can imagine. And so Waco Bridge's senior editor, JB Smith, is on with our news person, Molly Jo Tilton, and they share in some conversation about local news and all the happenings in Waco and what's on the docket this week that you need to be aware of. They talk about everything. They talk about elections and
there's local elections,
data centers, and all kinds of wonderful things.
a lot of hot button issues that folks have, and and there's been changes in local news coverage. I mean, the newspaper has certainly seen some changes.
Yeah. And I think one of the great things is that they are operating with no paywall. So they're operating as a member-based organization as well, just like KWBU. They're looking to the community for supporters instead of having a paywall. Sure. I love their morning newsletter. I read it every single morning, and just to find out what do I need to know about today. It's fantastic. They have a great newsletter and a great staff. Yeah. Really incredible photojournalism too.
Oh yes. No question. Well, let's see. Where were we? We were talking over what kind of prompted this little visit was, and I'd said I wanted to kind of do a follow up with you.
Thank you.
After the wonderful one that we did before, but what we have seen is now a federal judge has made a ruling on the executive order that cut the funding. You're telling me that doesn't matter at this point, that funding is not coming back. So you're finding new creative ways to keep the doors open, and it sounds like things are going well.
They are. Yeah, it's incredible.
So tell me about the next funded drive. How are you doing with that? And we kind of hinted at maybe an event, a gala or something.
Well, we don't quite have plans for any galas or anything like that quite yet. So we will have our next big pledge drive will be in September. We're taking a little pledge drive break. As you can imagine, last year was
pretty
very
intense.
Heavy and very intense for everybody. So we're taking a little pledge drive break, and then we'll be back in the summer and the fall for a pledge drive. So if anyone is listening and they really want to be a matching donor for the pledge drive, I am already taking names for matching donors for the fall. And we already have some commitments at $30,000 level, $5,000 level.
That really
so
raises
wonderful?
a lot of money for you.
Yeah, because it doubles down on those donations.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful. And because the response was so positive last fall, we really expect a large response this fall too. And so we can expect that people are going to be re-upping their memberships and maybe calling out on their friends to say, I joined last year, you should too, that sort of thing. So we'll be having that, the pledge drive in the fall. We are bringing back summer nights at Brotherwell Brewing this summer.
Oh, good.
So Friday nights at Brotherwell Brewing, June and July, all summer long. So from June through July, we'll be at Brotherwell Brewing, and we'll be hosting community events. We have some wonderful plans for that.
Like what? Give me for instance.
Well, so one of the things that was very popular last year was the Symphony Petting Zoo. So they'll be coming out. You love the symphony, of course. So they'll be coming out for that. And then we have a lot of fun friends coming out. We're talking with all the people that came out last year and then some. So yeah. Lots of fun plans going on.
Oh, good. That is wonderful. So if someone out there, has never really supported public radio before, what is your message to them?
This incredible, necessary tool for our community, not just a thing that you use every day to listen to the news, to listen to beautiful music, to find out what's going on in the community. We are an organization that invests deeply into our community. The programs that we are airing, like Conversations with Creative Waco, for instance, or the Friday Forum, giving a platform for those organizations to talk about the things that they have going on and to promote their events. Waco Indie Festival, like that's
coming up.
Huge promotion.
It'll be here.
It's coming up in July.
Cannot wait.
I know, it's so fun.
Yeah.
We've been talking with them too. And so, but those platforms for these enormous events that happen in Waco and the wonderful organizations doing the powerful work that they're doing, we are doubling down in that investment in Waco, being a mouthpiece for those organizations and giving them a platform to stand on when they need it the most. And then being a place where trustworthy journalism is present. We work so hard to make sure we're putting the most vital things in front of everyone and make sure we highlight the things that are coming out of national news and even world news that really need to go up and be highlighted. Plus, it is all as it's happening because we're patched into such incredible entities like NPR. We are getting it moment by moment, and you truly have it at your fingertips when it's happening across the world because they have the resources to be able to do that. And we are a member station of NPR and American Public Media and PRX. And so we're getting that information fast. And so that means that you have it fast as a community. And that's really powerful, especially right now when we are encountering so much going on in our world, to know that we're going to have trustworthy information. It's quick and it's fast.
You never really know. Unless it's a certain news outlet, it's hard to know.
It's hard
what's
to know for
real
sure.
anymore.
Yeah,
what's true anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's where the idea of nonprofit news really comes to bear.
Yes, which is what the bridge is.
We answer to the community. We answer to those around us that say this is what we want to hear and this is what we need. And we don't have a corporation telling us we have to do it this way.
Right.
We have to go this direction and only this direction. And I think that's very important.
Or advertisers that can,
Yeah. Or maybe even just the same pieces going out all the time, right? The same news coming over and over and over again. It's the nonprofit part of the news is an interesting space because we really get to dig into what is absolute, what is necessary, and what is fair. And that's what we really work at. I think our staff does an amazing job of cultivating our programs, making sure that what we're putting in front of everyone is what Central Texas wants to hear.
Yes.
Right. And we're answering for that. When they call us and they say, hey, do you think you could play this? We're meeting with them, we're talking to them, and we're making sure that we're listening to our community. We have a few different ways for people to get involved too. I mean, and these are the things that really make us invested in the community, to be able to have volunteers to come in and help us with our events that we do.
Sure.
Huge. We have a community advisory council that people can be a part of to let us know, like, hey, this is what my part of the community would love to hear. That's a huge thing too.
Good.
And then of course, there's always pledge drive phones to answer.
Still,
people to call and say, hey, I mean, it is.
I love it.
It is a little bit like the old days,
kind of old school.
The pledge drive on PBS.
Let's make those telephones ring.
Exactly, and it's so much fun too.
Yeah,
but having those telephones rings is. It's a
fun.
Delight to the people who are there to answer it.
I love
they
it.
just get so excited. So those moments are still happening at KWBU, and it's still. And this is one of the things that I just absolutely love. It's still a radio station that you can walk into and shake the hands with the person that you hear in the morning.
Yeah,
you can walk in and you can say hi to Brody. You can walk in the afternoon and say hi to Malcolm while he's on the air. You can see Beth and see her wonderful,
she just
bright,
had a
shining,
birthday not too long
yesterday.
ago.
Yesterday was her birthday. And so, but you can walk in, you can see Beth with her bright, shining face and know that like she's been doing this for 47 years. She told me.
I know.
47 years.
She is a consummate professional, radio professional.
She is, and you can hear how much she loves it in her voice on the radio.
It's funny. I had Max Tooker on the show. We talked old school Waco radio, and I was in radio too. And I said, the thing I think that I loved the most about radio, aside the fact that it was so much fun, I always had fun, was that the immediacy of it. And you talked to that, the immediacy of knowing that the information it's
current,
right there and current.
It's immediate. Yeah. It is so comforting to have it quickly.
Yeah.
And to know it quickly. And especially in the pace that we run these days,
I
right?
know.
I mean, we want it at our fingertips. We want to be able to scroll and hit it. But those algorithms are old. The news and nonprofit news specifically, it's not old algorithms. It's what's happening now.
It is and information, news and information
that's right.
that you need to know. Here, I got a little motto for you. But
thank you. I find that on your next T-shirt.
I think other people have used that before. As a matter of fact, I may have plagiarized that. But yes, we certainly are indebted to the fact that KWBU is here and that it has survived these kind of rough spells, but that it's thriving and such a great thing to hear from you.
I'm so proud to be a part of it.
I know you are.
It's so much fun. And it's so great.
But I want to talk about other things you do for fun. You are a trained singer, and I know we've talked a lot about the Central Texas Choral Society, and that's something you've been involved with.
Oh,
so just tell me a little bit about that.
11 seasons now I've been
Have
singing
you really?
with them. Yes, I just love it. It's so much fun and so professional. I mean, David Gus does a wonderful job of leading us and making sure that we sound incredible every single time we get on that stage.
And you do major works.
We do. Yes, we do incredible major works. And we have a concert coming up at the end of this spring season here that we'll be finishing up our season. And it's an American tribute concert, 250 years
well,
of
it's
America.
the 250th, yeah.
Yeah. And
makes sense to me.
Yeah, it's going to be a really incredible concert. Very moving music that we're working on right now. Really, really beautiful. And I've just been blessed to be a part of it. It has been my Monday night outlet for 11 years. I just love every second of it. I just eat it up. So it's great.
That's wonderful.
And then I lead worship at my church too. I'm the music minister
I've been seeing on Facebook. Church. Yeah, and tell me about where your church is.
My husband is the pastor of Chalk Bluff Baptist Church.
Right. Okay.
And I offered to fill in for the music minister who was stepping away so he could move to Houston. Last summer, I was like, I can fill in for a little while until we find somebody. And then they asked me for my resume resume and they asked me to stay.
Oh, okay.
So they put me on staff as a music minister, which I'm delighted with. I just love it. I love leading worship. I just think it's just so wonderful and just such a delight.
What a calling. I mean, it really is.
To engage with the congregation.
Right.
And
for them to then engage
in
in worship.
I love
it's
it.
That's really a wonderful thing.
I love it. It's so great. It's lovely to spend Sundays with them. And they're such a great congregation too. They're just amazing people. But to be able to even just to be able to engage in worship with them and lead them in worship is such an honor. So yeah, I love it. So
that's good. And so it's located where?
That's off of Golson Road.
Okay.
So kind of you curve around a few times and then you're there.
And you're at Chalk Bluff Baptist Church.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I just love visiting with you. It's always so fun to hear and to see this new step. Of course, we knew each other through another nonprofit that you were involved with. In fact, I had that old number in my phone. It's Lydia Tate, and I texted it, and they said, "No, this is somebody else." So anyway, but it was wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Work done by so many local people in this community.
We have such an amazing community.
And
KWBU, so incredible,
an important part of that.
Thank you.
It's been a great thing to see your journey and how things are going. Okay, so you don't need to wait until September.
You don't have to wait till Pledge Drive.
Yeah, to give a little love to KWBU. So the best way to do that is to download the app, correct?
Sure, yeah. Download the app and you can donate on the app. You can also donate online at kwbu.org. But I think the most important thing that I could tell people is just to give us a listen. Just turn us on your radio and you listen to us while you're driving to work for 2 weeks and see if you don't absolutely fall in love with what you're hearing, because it is really, I've been a public radio fan since I was a teenager driving in Houston. Okay.
Well, a Prairie Home Companion was, we never missed. Missed.
And I mean, I commuted in Houston for work and for college and everything. And I've been a huge public radio fan ever since I was 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
And my husband was too from a young age. And one of the first things we did when we moved to Waco 15 years ago is where's the local radio station?
PBS station?
Where's the local NPR station? Where's our local public radio station? Right. Because it becomes such a vital part of who you are, how you access information, and how you care about your community. It is such a vital cultural standpoint for every community.
For sure.
I find it to be as big as a symphony for a community and as important as a chamber of commerce. Like, it is one of those things that sets you apart as a major community to have a public radio station or a public TV station.
Right.
It's huge. And it's a piece of involvement in the community that really stands apart from everything else. So.
Oh, well said. Well said. Thank you.
Thank you. So go and listen or give it kwbu.org.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you inviting me, Ann.
Well, it's always a joy. Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Allen Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
This is a Rogue Media Network production.